Hello, everybody. It is that time of the week. Time for Penny Pleasers Cup. Coming at you live for some Charlotte Oval racing with some Gen 6 NASCARs. Adam, how you doing, man?
This isn't the Ravens-Bills game. What am I doing here? No, I'm kidding. What's up, everybody? My name's Adam, a.k.a. WXFan21. Looking forward to this race. It is the Penny Pleasers Cup's version of the Coca-Cola 600. This is going to be half of the Coca-Cola 600. 300 miles, 200 laps of racing, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the longest the longest race of the season. Not longest track of the season, but the longest race of the season. And you can see it right there next week. Sean's home track, Circuit of the Americas, COTA next week. And then we get to my favorite track, Bristol. Then Darlington, Chicagoland, which is going to be outstanding. I can't wait to see them throughout the streets of Chicago. And then we finish up with the final race of the regular season, Daytona. So if you've never seen the Coca-Cola 600 before, basically this race starts during the day. And because it is such an incredibly long race, these drivers are going to be finishing under the lights here at Charlotte. So with that being said, qualifying is done. They're going to take a couple of laps around Charlotte. Sean, where do the racers stand on points heading into this 20-car field?
I am glad you asked, Adam. This has been very tight throughout the points, especially if we look a little bit closer towards that 12th running line where you have Jackson Brown. That's that playoff cutoff. So as we inch a little bit closer to the playoffs, these drivers really have to take in every single points that they can. We have Angel Delgado only 17 points above Jackson Brown, you see there. But then look at our leaders. Jonathan Reyes, Bryan Reyes, Ashton Pritchard, that top three in our playoff point standings.
It's been a battle throughout this entire season. And if you've been watching the whole season, you'll be like, wait a minute, how is Bryan Reyes, who's won at least 2 races, won the Daytona 500, how is he not in first? It's because Jonathan has had so many of these point finishes that he is just a little bit ahead. Now, this is a little bit different, unless race control wants to tell me in my ear otherwise. There's no stage point racing here, Sean. It's very different than how you typically have seen things throughout the last several years in the NASCAR Cup Series, but that's besides the point. We are underway here at Charlotte Motor Speedway with Ashton Pritchard taking us to the green flag. And immediately 3 wide for the lead. Bryan Reyes, Ashton Pritchard, and Angel Delgado.
What's new from this Penny Pleasers Cup? 3 wide already. Man, these drivers not taking a moment to think about their moves as we are now heading 3 wide again now into turn 3, just hoping that these cold tires stick.
We are going to talk a lot. We have a lot to go over throughout this entire race. We have plenty to talk about and plenty of content for you all. We'll talk about how this is the largest field we've had this season. 4 more new drivers, Sean. We'll get into that. Plenty of time for that, but here we go. Down the back straightaway. And Sean, I see a little chrome target cup again. Can Mr. Chapman avenge that brutal finish from last week at Talladega?
Man, that's definitely on your mind as you just begin the first few laps here at this 200-lap event. So, yeah, sure, you kind of want to tick off some spots early, but with that being in the back of your mind, however, this is such a long race, no fast repairs available to these drivers. So, you just really got to take your P's and Q's in here early. Maybe avoid this 3 wide early. If you pancake that right wall on exit of 4, man, your day can be over just like that. Even if you do manage to get it repaired, man. I've seen these Gen 6 cars, you get them all the way repaired and they'll still be seconds off the pace. However, Nobody with damage just yet. How about Ashton Pritchard after taking his own winnings, his own money last week, Talladega? He's out front showing these Penny Pleasers Cup drivers, hey, I could run on a cookie cutter as well, not just Super Speedway.
I think the one thing we're going to see here that's going to be very different from a lot of the other racers, Sean, is the fact that these racers know it's just going to be a battle of attrition, right? This is not going to be, hey, we're going to be super aggressive early or try to make cutoff moves. You have 200 laps. This is as much an endurance competition as it is strategy. So I think we're going to see a lot of green flag racing.
Jeremy Pienta looks like
often throughout this race. I really don't see a lot of cautions coming out.
All right, the commentator's curse going to strike with us on that one. Soon as Adam brings it up.
That is such a false flag. Retrieve that thing.
Let's see.
What do we have? The Kansas City Chief referees? I mean,
Ooh.
NFL referees here? Oh, that'll do it.
That's a hard lick. Like, basically got sandwiched between a car going 200 and then that outside stationary wall. That's going to leave a bruise on Colin Grace's Camaro for sure.
We saw Colin Grace have a little bit of trouble just to the end of practice, had some damage. And it looks like that car might be having some issues here as well. As you go back and take a look at the replay, Colin Grace gets into the back end of the 77, gets pushed right on
Travis
up.
Farmer.
Yeah, not much he could do there.
Man, I just mentioned it, guys. This is such a long event. Really no reason to be going. I mean, sure, I get fighting for your position and spot, but it's so early in the race. Speaking of kind of races for attrition, I'm glad that you brought that up, Adam. Any of you drivers that participated in the iRacing Daytona 24-hour or going to this weekend, good luck if you haven't already. We know what that can bring out of you drivers, but if you're racing with us here tonight, appreciate you giving us your time. But yeah, man, these fuel tanks, we got 85% fuel capacity. That's only going to be about 50 laps on a fuel tank. So strategy, are you going to be a gambler? Are you going to be kind of take strategy as it follows with these yellow flags and then try and save a set or two for the end of the race? But
I'd like to if Derek Hemme decided he wanted to actually hit his own gas pedal and hit his over 101.5 rushing yards prop, but I digress. Pace car! You're literally doing... How can the pace car blink out? What are you doing?
Oh, no.
You are a robot. You are a virtual. You are literally not on a machine. How the heck do you blink out?
Derrick Henry, we hope
fired
that he improves his yard. How much time's left in that gate? Still pretty early?
Bill's got an amazing fumble recovery. And this is the wonderful thing, Sean, that I love having about two monitors. I get the race on one screen commentating with you, and I can keep an eye on what should be the best game of the weekend. The Lions are... That sucked.
Yeah, that's...
Shout out to the Lions.
Man, how about Jackson Brown? He was running near that playoff cutoff line. He's running P3. Looks like a new paint scheme for him as well.
All right, I'm just going to get this out of the way with early. This is not our ones to watch. This is not our predictions. My gut call is this, I think, is going to be the Jackson Brown coming out party for asserting himself as he's been hit or miss this season, but I think he comes out and makes a big statement here at Charlotte. Just a gut call.
He's got the pace for it. I said new paint scheme. We actually saw him in that money line last week, Talladega. Ashton Pritchard, also another hot pink Mustang hot rod for him. But, man, we got those new names that are racing with us tonight. Looks like Davis Bright in that 15 driving a Mustang with us, running there right behind. No, two cars behind that Chrome 07 of Mike Chapman. But What'd you see on that start, Adam? But other than the 3 wide, hopefully things are a little bit more cordial this time by.
Again, kind of what I've been saying, Sean, and what I said before that unfortunate caution came out is I'm expecting a lot of green flag racing. I'm expecting some of these teams, because it's a long race, to actually be working with each other. Pace car is off. I don't think we're going to see too much of an aggressive push. Delgado could just want to go for the lead. Again, Delgado, Pritchard, teammates. We'll see what they want to do. But I think Jackson Brown is going to be more than happy just hanging up in the front and let other people make any kind of mistakes.
See, Ali Kabasi saying a huge wreck out there. Yeah, matter of fact, it was already a few drivers out early. Appreciate you joining us here on Stam Studio Network. As we, gonna have a Formula Drift coming from Braxton to Weiss. That's another new-ish drivers. 84? Not the 84, Christian Zarte.
Zarte, I think. No,
Trenton Johns,
Zarte.
there we go.
Johns.
Yeah, see his right side scraped up there a bit. That's just only going to hamper the aerodynamics of his Gen 6 Camaro. But how about Ashton Pritchard still holding these guys off, going to get a little bit later run as we, the 22 Formula Drift, massive save. Holy cow. Oh, there's the incident. Ashton Pritchard around in front of the field. He's going to flip over. Oh my God. Ali, if you are still watching, my boy, that's going to be a huge Shrek. Holy. AMR safety team down there, stat, guys. It's too early for this crap. Come on now. Holy. Okay, this is going to be a lot to unpack. Take a look at the replay brought to you by Stam Studio Network. Ashton Pritchard already around here, and then, oh my God, Trenton Johns probably broke a wrist or two with that impact.
Let's go back again and just take it in slow motion. Sean, can we get that back to the start of turn 4, coming in to the start-finish line?
I'm more curious on how this developed. This is the green flag on this restart. Let's see okay, you see Riley Sco trying to force it 3 wide here, but it's going to be the next time by. But yeah, definitely we're going to take an aerial kind of shot and see where this develops. It was definitely in the lead there with Ashton Pritchard. Unfortunate.
Keep an eye on it. Delgado trying to make a way to the outside. And here we go. 3 wide for third. Kilbashi and Brown and Reyes.
Charlotte's got the room for that, wide enough to run 3 wide. And then does Angel just... Now he gets a good exit. So this is going to be the next time by where... Oh.
Just missed the wall.
Yeah.
He does look like he has the speed. The 90 looks like he has way more raw speed than the 72.
You're exactly
so
right.
Watching. This is going to develop. Again, we have to get to turns 3 and 4. So here we go. Into turn number 3. Heading around into turn number 4. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, you see Sam there wide, and then, just hits the
Into
wall
the
on exit.
And just got loose, lost, and nothing he could do. Into the side, into the wall. And then who's going to be the one to strike him? It's the 28 of Johns. Nothing he could do there. Let's go look at Christopher Rosca's view here.
Before we hop on board with Christopher, take a look at Johns. How this car just comes out of nowhere, Ashton Pritchard. Boom!
All right, while we have this quick break in the action, let's actually talk to one of the drivers here. Let's bring on Colin Grace. Colin, you're on with Sean and myself. How are you?
Could be better, as I'm sitting on pit road right now.
Yeah. What a weird start to this race. How are you doing after that incident?
Well, I know there's plenty of time left in the race, so I'm going to sit here and take the repairs and get back out as soon as I can, which I think I got like 7 minutes left. But that first run there with Jonathan blinking in and out for all of us, I'm pretty sure Daniel couldn't see it, but I couldn't tell where he was going, so I was trying to move down and get out of his way, and I hooked, I think it was the 77 into the wall. And now we're here.
It's unfortunate. We saw you have a couple of issues just towards the end of that practice, too. Did that have anything to do with the car, or no?
No, that was me messing around.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Understood. So, with you taking the repairs here, what's the strategy with wanting to just sit back and take repairs? Is it because we've already had 2 cautions in the span of 15 laps?
Pretty much. I think total it was 5 minutes required and 8 minutes optional.
Okay.
But like I said, there's plenty of time left. I'm sure there'll be plenty of more cautions. So, I guess I'll after I get repairs, I'll hang in the back of the pack and see what happens.
Sounds good, Colin. Thank you for joining us.
Yep.
See the pace car lights off. Have a good race. Stay safe.
Thank you. Yep.
Okay. All right, Sean. Here we go. Pace car lights are off. We're ready to go. We're having some outstanding fun here at Charlotte. And wait, this just in. Race control is not going to have any more of these stupid cautions. They've had enough of this BS.
Adam, not afraid.
Wait.
Oh.
We do not want a repeat of Atlanta. Understood.
Man, Adam's got his football game to watch. We got a restart on our hands to watch now as we hop on board with the 90 of Angel Delgado. Take a look, going to go to the outside. Matter of fact, from that bottom row, going to make that work, make him pass or 2 early on. Nice move, Angel. And then do not forget about Samuel Litchfield's amazing save right before that yellow came out. Saw it in that replay on the right side of your screen. Looks like he was about to have to do it again. Not sure if Sam's just maybe lifting a bit early on in these corners to where it's catching maybe Christopher and other drivers off guard, but that's twice now that he's almost been shipped through turns 3 and coming out of turn 4.
We also want to give a very special shout out to Race Control. One of our members in Race Control is feeling a little under the weather. So we want to give a special shout out to them.
Definitely hoping that he feels better as battle for the lead continuing to get just a bit more aggressive here. Almost 20 laps into a 200 lap race, 300 mile of elbow throwing action. Make sure these drivers bring the stamina. They're going to need it tonight. The arms and their mental capacity.
For sure. Race fans, we know there are a bunch of you watching. If you enjoy what you're seeing here with the Petty Police, make sure you check out the rest of the offerings that the Stam Studio Network has to offer. Also, if you're enjoying this race, it's the longest race of the season. It's our version, the Penny Pleasers Cups version of the Coca-Cola 600. So this is 200 laps, 300 miles. Share on your social medias. Let's get some more fans in here. We topped out with 40 live viewers last week, I believe, Sean. Let's see if we can break that number this week. Continue to build up the Penny Pleasers Cup and, of course, Lumet Motorsports as well. Let's talk, Sean, real quickly. In case we have some new viewers here, right? We have 4 new drivers. We got some new viewers. Sean, I want to talk about the teams. Let's take a look at the teams here just real quickly. As I really need to zoom in here. Give me 1 second. I don't want to mess this up.
I got you.
Okay. The teams as follows. We have number 47 of Road, 53 of Zarte and Jackson Brown, the George Racing Association, GRA. The George Quill Racing Association, GQR, is the 71 of Quill, the 96 of Helms, and the 42 of Lewis. And then our first 4-person team here, Sean, Green Phantom Motorsports with Colin Grace in the 27, Bryan Reyes in the 21, Jonah Epsey in the 95, and Jonathan Reyes in the 13. And of course, the Lumet Motorsports team, Angel Delgado in the 90, Pritchard in the 72, Pienta in the 77, and our current race leader, Kilbashi, in the 10. Melon Motorsports is coming in with... We see a little bit of action here. Kilbashian is getting quickly caught here with a 00 of Christopher Rosca. Mellon Motorsports, the 8 of Groove, and the 66 of McKinney. And then Midwestern Racing Corporation is about to have a leader in Christopher Rosker taking the lead along with the 28 of Johns and the number 9 of Farmer. Those are your current teams along with our new drivers, Sean. Again, to quickly mention them, Mason Sams, Brandon Mayfield, Sean Taylor, and Davis Bright. As Christopher Roscoe takes the lead in that 00 Menards Chevy.
So don't forget about Christopher. At Talladega ran really, really well. Unfortunately, did not get the finish that he was looking for there a little bit later in the race, as well as Angel Delgado, but Angel was able to come away with that P7 last week at Talladega. And then, don't look now, Ashton Pritchard, unfortunately, bit too much damage as he got on his lid just a little bit earlier on. But man, too wide for the lead. Got to be careful about burning up your tires here if you're Christopher Roscoe, making that outside line work. And I'm glad that you bring up teammates, Adam, because these teammates share setups and telemetry. Super, super important within these longer races, as tire longevity handling is going to be super, super key. As we saw Angel Delgado get in to that right side wall off of turn 4 just a couple laps ago. But take a look at Levi Ramsey. That's a newer driver with us, is it not? The DL Designs Camaro.
Sean, let me ask you this question. Is there a way that we can pull up for the drivers what their current speeds are running? Because in my opinion, I think Delgado has the fastest car on the racetrack right now in raw speed.
Can definitely take a look at, like, say, the lap time differentials. I'm going to see if I can try and pull up their telemetry on that, but take a look at Ramsey and Reyes, and then for the lead, Christopher Rosca and Angel Delgado just back and forth as tires are starting to begin their first kind of life cycle that they're going to have.
Yeah, you can see Rosca had to drive a lot faster in that last lap. Again, that's burning up the tires. Let's take a look at the speeds here between Delgado and Kilbashian, if we could. Because again, I think Delgado has the raw speed right now, but it's Kilbashian that has had some really nice laps here. So we're going to keep this going, and as a caution has come out.
Mason Sams. It's another newer name with us. Ooh. See the damage to the
damage on that front of the car.
Man, everywhere but just about the rear. Is that a big league chew sponsor? Oh, and unfortunately Christian Zarte involved as well. Looks like he just towed it to the pits. Oh, there you see him. Okay, here we go. Replay trailer is going to be a bit busy trying to find this incident between Mason and possibly the 53 of Christian Zarte. Probably going to be a... Oh, okay, so that's... Not sure if that's late. We'll rewind this just a bit for fans at home and...
The magic of television!
Man, he's blinking out
so
because...
virtual television? Magic of YouTube?
Mason's...
The power of the rewind button?
Mason Sams has just been... his internet connection not looking the best because I can't even switch it over to... the cam to watch him under replay, as now we see Christian Zarte here just a little late on this. So Magic at television, yeah, they both blink out as you see a car going through the turf there, the middle of your screen. So as the wreck progressed, I'm not sure if it was one driver that blinked out and then caused the other one to wreck into them, not being able to see them. Take another look here. Ooh, that's Christian Zarte hard into the wall. Just can't turn his Chevy Camaro. So that's going to bring us to the pit cycle. I'll see if I can try and find Mason Sams incident, but I think that's more of just on his internet going out because, again, not able to pull up that of right when he made contact with the wall. But, man, you started talking about it earlier, Adam. Not our race picks, but ones to watch. Is it too early? 30 laps out of 200?
No, it's a long race. And like Colin Grace said when we had him up here, talking to him. Really, he's taking his time. He knows he's 16 laps down. But if he can stay clean, that can easily be cut. You can make things up on strategy with pit stops, different green flag pit strategies. He's not out of this quite yet, but look at Jonathan Reyes, unfortunately, is still in the pits. A lot of racers are. Pritchard, just a bunch of them. But that 47 of road is out.
This is the time in the season where, sure, as I flash the points up on your screen again, sure, we saw Jonathan up there in the points, but he can't kind of think of this too lightly, because if you get out this race, out another race, out possibly even one more, especially with the wild card of say, Coda coming up, you can fall underneath. I'm not saying that he'll get cut off, but falling in the playoff points is never good, because you go into that season with not as much of a bubble to protect yourself as the playoffs start to as the playoffs begin and dwindle into later in the season, as we get closer and closer to Homestead, our championship race.
You hear that, NASCAR? Homestead Championship.
Take notes, please return for us. Look at who we have back here.
Look, Phoenix is fun. Make with the Homestead as the championship. Don't be rude.
See Colin Grace back here, back on track.
Grace.
But, yeah, unfortunately,
Colin
16 laps
Grace.
down. Or 15 now, but 2x2, you're about to watch a human zoo of Gen 6 NASCAR Charlotte. Here we go.
Just say a human zoo.
I don't even know what that means, but we're doing it. Riley
I
Scobb.
don't know what that means.
2 wide, not 3 wide this time. How about Mike Chapman? He's been up here pretty much this whole race so far. Got Travis Farmer.
What is this, the zoo episode from the Orville? With all the different species? Or is this from Star Trek The Next Generation, when the rich guy just wanted to go buy data? Anyway, with that being said, Rosca's still in the front, but again, Kilbashian, so much speed.
Samuel Litchfield, he may just be trying to conserve a bit of tire or what, but I've noticed this
Litchfield
2 or
is
3
so
times.
slow right now.
Only
He
on
doesn't
entry.
have the speed.
Only on entry, but he gets it right back on exit. Then look at the 21, the 07 making the high line work. 07 contact with the 12. Thought they were about to go around.
And there goes Delgado passing Litchfield. And now passing Reyes, I told you. That 90 of Angel Delgado might have the fastest car on the racetrack, and I think Kilbashian has the second fastest car.
See, they might have the fastest car right now, but man, as these tires tick away, depending on your tire management, as well as what the track's doing, what lanes the track is taking, that's all going to determine your long run speed. But man, you may need the short run speed, as we've seen how many green-white checkers we've had so far in this inaugural race with Penny Pleasers Cup. Or excuse me,
there's
season.
another thing to take in mind, Sean, and something that we really haven't focused too much on. This race is starting out during the daytime. We're going to be finishing under the lights at Charlotte. That is going to change the track drastically.
Angel Delgado, take a look at this replay. It's underneath the 21. The 10's going to slide up the track. How does
Watch this. He passes 3, then he's going to pass the second, and he's going to pass Rosca for the lead.
How does he...
Watch this. This is flaws. He gets around the corner and guns it. Passes by all 3 of them like he's running a different race.
He got out of the throttle early, made the car stick on that bottom line, and said, thank you very much. I'll take the lead here at Charlotte. 1.4 seconds now. Adam, you may have been spot on. He is running away with this thing.
He has the fastest car on the track right now, and I don't think it's particularly close. Now, I don't know if he's burning through his tires or if he literally has a literal rocket ship and no one's going to catch him. Just look at the difference now. 1.6 seconds ahead of Bryan Reyes, who is just now coming to the lead.
That's what it is right there. See, Angel Delgado pitted that last caution. Quite frankly, one of our only drivers to do it up here running in the top 10. And, well, that's what tires will do to you, folks. 2-second advantage. And growing, might I add.
Yeah, he's not going to be stopped. He's got as much clean air as he wants. And at a 1.5-mile track like Charlotte, good luck. Clean air is king, and let's just put this in perspective. Clean air is king at any racetrack. It matters a heck of a lot more on certain tracks than others. And Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like even just in regular real-life racing, the 1.5-mile tracks, which let's face it, that's pretty much the bread and butter of NASCAR. There were so many more 1.5-mile tracks. When you hear of tracks like Michigan, which is 2 mile, clean air is king. 1.5's clean air is king. Where do you value that saying the most on what type of track?
Gosh, I've kind of had to relearn everything when transitioning to that Gen 7 NASCAR, but hey, I ran the hosted practice race with these guys. Might I add, ended up winning it, but I felt that. You can smack the cars behind you with dirty air. See, we're riding on board with Mike Chapman. He's going to run that bottom line as he sees Ryan Kobashian try to do. That's just going to hinder the handling of Ryan behind him. But to answer your question on which track specifically, it's got to be the higher speed, but not super speedways. It's got to be like the Homestead. It's got to be, matter of fact, where we're looking at, Charlotte with the killer speeds going 180, 190 into the corner. Denny Hamlin's scheme's going to go around. That's Brandon Mayfield. No, I mean, dirty air playing a part in the corners, but not as much on the straightaway. Not sure what happened with Brandon Mayfield. We will get a look brought to you by Stam Studio Network. That happened out of the corner of 2. That's Riley Scoe going to make contact. And then got Colin Grace back there behind. Just, ooh. Hopefully.
What happened? Did he get pushed by Grace?
Have to go to an aerial shot there.
I'm curious because Grace seemed like he was right on the 11's bumper. All right, so here's our amazing aerial shot view. Watch the 11.
Ooh,
Skog. Skog that comes down.
He does, doesn't he?
Takes out the 11.
Not
and
clear.
Grace is just, luckily
Ooh.
for Colin Grace, who, by the way, is over 10 laps down, is able to keep it clean. Now, Sean, do you remember what I said about strategy for Colin Grace? This could be it. This is exactly what Colin Grace needs. You stay out, you make up some laps here, and don't pit. You stay on the track and continue to make up those laps being down. Now 15 laps down. Reyes is still in the pits again. He might be done for the night as Jonathan Reyes.
Yeah, unfortunate for him. Got involved pretty early. Oops, that's the other Reyes brother. But yeah, unfortunate for him. Still running P21. Gosh, so much damage.
Look at, oh my goodness, that is so much damage for the 13. Now that is tough to come back for. Now, for those of you iRacing fans, be like, where are the repairs for these people? There are no fast repairs. It is just normal repair times for the cars. Why? Atlanta. Atlanta, when we had it earlier in the season, there were fast repairs for Daytona, there were fast repairs for Atlanta. Unfortunately, because we were on Legacy Atlanta, and it was a high tire wear track, which I love seeing, there were way too many cautions. Race control had to figure out the best thing for the league going forward, and fast repairs were removed.
That they were. Hey, Samuel Litchfield, shout out not only to that killer Formula Drift save, one, maybe two of them so far, but man, we got a hometown race for Samuel Litchfield. That feels a little bit different behind the wheel of one of these cars. You want to show these, your family, these other racers that, hey man, this is my track. You come to play around on my territory. So, shout out Sam, having a great run so far, running P8 at the moment. Keep it up, Sam. What would your home track be, Adam? I think may have discussed this before, but I forget.
So in case you haven't figured it out from my accent.
Oh, here we go.
I live in New England. If you hadn't figured out the accent.
Oh,
because we're not really racing country up here. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of great short tracks up here in New England. A lot of great short tracks. But for NASCAR tracks, the only one up here would be New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
The old lobster.
That I've actually had a chance to go to a NASCAR race. After really getting involved and liking NASCAR, I had a chance to go with my stepbrother, which we had a great time. And it was a solid race. You know, it's New Hampshire. It's almost a mile track. Right? Like, it's not the craziest racing you're going to see. But it's fun racing. Great time. But, man, again, just saying, Bristol. I'd be like, if I could pick one track to go to and watch a race, it's Bristol. But here we go. The racers are back. The number 6 of Ramsey right up on Bryan Reyes' rear end. And now Angel Delgado, I know, what a surprise, back in first place yet again. Yawn.
21's going to dive low on Angel, though. They're going to be side by side, exiting 4. Check this out. Oh, the 6 is in the wall! We're wrecking again, boys! Caution is out once again here at Charlotte.
Race control does not have the patience for this crap.
No, he's already under the weather. Daniel not going to be happy with the way that this race has started.
This is a track that we shouldn't be having these issues at. It's a mile and a half. This isn't a super speedway. This isn't a Darlington. This isn't even a Bristol. There should be no reason for this many wrecks.
4 wide? Come
Roscoe
on a
just
restart.
didn't have the speed.
Oh.
Brown got into the back of Roscoe.
Off on board with Brown on, actually maybe Jeremy Pienta, as he was, well, that's already involved. But man, you said it best. This is not a super speedway, as we see Jeremy cutting through the turf, trying to avoid all the crap that just happened. Man,
Look,
what are we doing?
Sorry, I know that caution's a part of the game. We're not 40 laps into the longest race of the year. How is this happening?
Christopher Rosca, Samuel Litchfield making it past the incident. Somehow. What a move by them. Oh, yeah, this is definitely. You see already 4 wide as we take a look, and then going to slow it down for you now. 6 up into the marbles. Kind of tapping that outside wall and comes across. Tags Jackson Brown. Tags Christopher Rosca. Both drivers with tremendous pace tonight.
Able to just get clear.
Yeah, man.
So does Litchfield.
Holy smokes. How about Sean Taylor? We haven't mentioned him much tonight. Making it through. You had said, talked about it last caution, just going to play it easy. So much of this race to go. See Sean Taylor in the 89 Ford Mustang. He's doing just that. Is that West Virginia on the hood?
West Virginia.
Okay, that was better than Country Roads, West Virginia. But so we'll take it. We'll take it. Davis Bright's running that 15. Oh, no. See, I shouldn't have even mentioned it. God.
This is how you troll, ladies and gentlemen. No, I can't.
Davis Bright.
Yo, Litchfield telling us in Twitch chat he won the Daytona 24 this morning. Let's go.
Dude. Litchfield. So home race.
Congratulations.
And winning the. Oh, man. Congrats to
YouTube
you,
chat.
man.
Sorry, YouTube chat. I guess that's Twitch chat.
The Ollie back in the YouTube chat now. Shreks until last man standing. That's, I mean, just about what it's shaping up to be, is it not? With these no faster pairs that are available to our Penny Pleasers Cup drivers tonight. Look, it's already, man, we started this race in that sunlight. It's already getting kind of golden hour, it looks like. Man, if you did race that Daytona 24-hour race, love racing either sunrise or sunset, as that's when the fastest laps will come of the track, and also just a great time to be in the car, turn in laps, hopefully not totaling it and ruining it for the rest of your team. I didn't race the Daytona 24 this season. Did it last 3 though. Got 1 top 5 in those 3 attempts.
Just be like Litchfield and win, Sean. Come on.
Man, easier said than done, I guess. But gonna have the 21.
I'm still waiting for my Samuel Litchfield. Rich Sam, I'm just saying. Here we go. It's Bryan Reyes, who I think is going to have to outdrive Delgado. And by outdrive, I mean you're going to be blocking. You got to try cutting air away from him. You've got to figure out something, and maybe, Sean, just driving harder. Because, again, Delgado has the fastest car on the track. But, again, look at the background. The sun is starting to set here at Charlotte as we are just getting to a quarter of the way through this Charlotte race. Again, this is the Penny Pleasers Cup version of the Coca-Cola 600. 300 miles, 200 laps. Look at Chapman. Just swings by Delgado.
Whoa, that was tight.
Talk about taking the clean air away from him. And Delgado is falling like a rock right now.
Delgado's falling, but look who's gaining. Jackson Brown. We saw him in the wall the last caution. Gonna take a look, see how bad his damage is. Not too bad on that left side. Right side more aerodynamically sensitive. As now Litchfield goes around at Charlotte Motor
Great
Speedway.
Camera angle as he goes. Oh look, a caution.
Knew you were gonna love that
Oh
one.
look, another caution.
Oh boy. Well,
We got a lot of fans of the number 5, Braxton DeWeese, in YouTube chat.
Braxton
Go, Braxton.
DeWeese. That is a newer name with us. Looks like he's up here running in that 7th
Almost
spot.
won it last week at Dega.
Man, you gotta feel for Braxton. I might join that 5 fan club because of what happened last
Dega.
week at Dega. Shake and
Yeah.
bake went shake and sit.
What is it when you win Shake and Bake? Is that what I'm gonna get you for your birthday? A thing of Shake and Bake from the supermarket?
Man, I had to shout out the old Talladega Nights a few times last week, but I don't think we'll be seeing no
Okay.
shaking or baking this week.
Gonna get this guy some stovetop stuffing, some Shake and Bake stuff.
I-
And have a Thanksgiving party at the Stam Studio Network holiday party, apparently.
I didn't even realize Shake and Bake was an actual. Never mind. Let's take a look,
I
see
think it's a brand.
No, it sounds right to me.
If anybody wants to bring back Supermarket Sweep for a 3rd time, and you want me on your team, I will dominate for you. I'm just saying.
Let's take a
Let
look,
me
see what
do the
happens
running,
to the
let me
22.
do the picking up. I will do everything. Just stand there and look pretty.
Oh, he has to start chasing it up the hill, and then a little bit of net code there between Ryan. You see, not even contact between the 2 drivers.
That's iRacing for you. Watch.
Boink.
Nothing. He turns before Kilbashian can even, that's not even cutting air off, folks.
No.
There's nothing he could have done there. Nothing at all. Again, folks, if you're liking what you're seeing, not so much the cautions, but if you're liking the racing, share this with all of your folks on social media.
Please.
We had last week at Talladega, I think I saw 40 people watching live. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the Stam Studio Network, but also share on your social medias. Let's get more people involved because Penny Pleasers Cup, a lot of great drivers here. And if you want to race, make sure you get in touch with the fine folks over at the Penny Pleasers Cup. Again, 4 new drivers today: Mason Sams, Brandon Mayfield, Sean Taylor, and Davis Bright.
I'd like to shout out our YouTube viewers. We see in chat Doug Mendendorf rooting on that number 5, as well as Chris DeWeese. Sounds like family member there. Appreciate you guys coming out, joining us on Stam Studio Network. We also appreciate Short Track Guys, DL Designs, see on the bottom of your screen here, Lumit Motorsports, and as well Stam Studio Network. Can't thank our sponsors enough for allowing us to bring you this tremendous, great coverage of the PPC 300 here tonight at Charlotte. Still long ways to go. Man, I'd like to ask our YouTube chat. We already see Lumit91, Ryan Kilbashian gonna win it. Chris DeWeese, yes sir. Thank you for coming on board. And then Iron Boogsy, Litchfield, tighten it up, boy. No damage really, or not too much damage.
Him. I'm employed by him.
Yeah. See, kind of back the wall on that one.
Wah, 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 wah.
Adam, I still think, man, I said it a stream or 2 or 3 ago.
I'm happy you think that means we can continue to keep this show going. I'm sorry, in all seriousness, what'd you say?
I'm ready to strap you in to passenger seat on one of these cars as they hit damn near 190 around 1.5 miles. Let's take it from kind of your perspective, this restart, maybe as if you are sitting passenger seat with Samuel Litchfield.
I was just told to give Sam his water bottle. You did not tell me that me being put in the passenger actually made me his mate. I'm kidding! I'm totally kidding! I don't know, maybe I should get... I wouldn't even know how to race one of these things, but it'd be fun to ride around with one of these drivers for sure. But let's keep things going. Let's head things back to our race for the lead, who actually, we've had multiple lead changes already. And Chapman is back in the lead. Bryan Reyes right behind. Where is that 90 Delgado behind up for him? Lieutenant Kilbashi and the teammates going to be working together for sure. Hey, look. We had a green flag lap. Yay.
If you are just now joining us, George Racing Association with drivers Rode, Zarte, and Brown. George Quill Racing Association with Quill, Helms, and Lewis. Green Phantom Motorsports with Colin Grace, Bryan Reyes, Epsy, and Jonathan Reyes. And then Lumit Motorsports drivers Angel Delgado, Ashton Pritchard, Jeremy Pienta, Ryan Kalbashian. Great run for them so far. Then Mellon Motorsports with Groob and McKinney, and Midwestern Racing Corporation at 00. Then Johns 28 and Travis Farmer, the 9.
Well, now we finally got some good green flag racing here. So you know what that means? It means we're going to take our first break of this race, and we're going to crank it up for you all. Sit back, relax, enjoy the sounds of the racetrack. If there are any cautions, don't worry. We'll be back to bring them to you. This is Adam and Sean here at the Stam Studio Network.
Welcome back to Charlotte, where we still are seeing 3-wide action take place. Within Crank It Up, we saw the 21 get out front. See the 12, Jackson Brown, sitting there P2. Great run for him after some little bit of damage as he scrapes that time by again. However, take a look. Bryan Reyes, Mike Chapman. These drivers been top 5, top 6, quite frankly, all of tonight so far. Christopher Rosca evaded some early yellow flags, just barely missing them, keeping his Chevy Camaro clean, that 00. Ryan Kilbashi.
Hey, take
What's
a look
up?
at what happened to Jackson Brown over that last lap. Just started falling back several spots. How much damage has he taken already in this race? Let me rephrase. How much of the damage is the reason for him dropping back like that? And you see some damage as well for the number 5 at Deweese.
I think, yeah, aero matters quite a bit here, Charlotte. You see that left side scratched up just on the Money Lion sponsor logo, and then we'll see the damage, not really any damage to that right side way more aerodynamically sensitive, especially in these Gen 6 cars. So, I can totally see Jackson Brown staying up here with this lead pack as he's continuing to do. However, as we continue to tick into nighttime, these drivers all running different setups from one another. I'm curious, who has their car set up for when the track starts to lose temperature, starts to maybe lose that little bit of grip that was available to them when the sun was shining on it and temps 10 to 20 degrees warmer than what they would be. Sometimes even more than that as night starts to fall here in Charlotte Motor Speedway.
And for sure.
Taking a look at our pit stop strategy. See the leader there actually pit before Christopher Rosca, so on a little bit older tires yet. Got the lead from Chris. And then we got Ryan Kilbashi and pit there on lap 42 as well. And then don't look now, Levi Ramsey, that P6, or excuse me, number 6 car running P5. He also pit with Christopher Rosca on lap 46. A little bit newer tires for him as they're gonna bang fenders coming in turn 3, just able to keep it off the wall, does Levi. Great driving. Oh, could have been way worse than what ended up happening, just losing just a couple of spots there. Now going to get a big shot from Angel Delgado heading into turn 1. Bryan Reyes continuing to lead 2 by 2, 2 rows back, fighting for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Christopher Rosca says, I've got places to be. I need y'all to let me go. Manages to get out in front of the battling, and then take a look at, you mentioned it earlier, Braxton Deweese at number 5. Scraped up a little bit, but not too much aero damage to his Ford Mustang.
I did that for the YouTube chat. What are you talking about? What are you saying?
Well, okay, I tried to save your ass, but no, I'm just kidding.
No,
as we-
Deweese is someone that we saw last week is going to be a dark horse, so to speak. I can't say a force to be reckoned with, but I definitely can say a dark horse. So make sure you watch out for him. We're going to be coming up. We finally have had about 20 laps of green flag racing. This is more what we typically see at Charlotte. This is what we typically see during the Coca-Cola 600 in NASCAR. Just race, play some strategy, catch a caution the right way, be on the right side of variance, and then be there in the last 50 laps at the end, fighting for the win. In my opinion, Sean, that's not a championship. The second biggest prize in racing for the Cup Series, the Coca-Cola 600 victory. Obviously, the Daytona 500 is king. It's number 1. But I would put the Coca-Cola 600 right up there in second. Again, leave the championship race aside. I'm talking about just classic, iconic races in the Cup Series, in NASCAR. To me, the Coca-Cola 600 is number 2. Let's fill in the wall. Jackson Brown gets caught.
Whoa!
And nice save by both.
That could have easily resulted in a yellow flag as they're going to head again. 2 wide, going up into turn 1, exiting out of turn 2. Now, Jackson Brown, you are clear. Look who we have back out on the track in a fairly fixed-up Toyota Camry.
Hey. 60 laps down, but he's there. He's
Just
racing.
figures, man, I've got nothing better to do tonight. I'm not a fan of the Ravens or Bills. I'll stick around here.
Look who's out. Look who's out. Mayfield is out. Taylor is out. It's not Taylor. Sams is out. 2 of the 4 new drivers are out, and John's one relatively new. Also out. So Reyes, again, points matter. Just stay out there. And Reyes and Colin Graves back into the pits as well.
Battle for P2.
Strategy.
Sorry to cut you off there. I thought they were about to bang quarter panels and then go around. Somehow managed to keep it clean.
You're good. We're being told in YouTube chat, that Braxton DeWeese has won 2 Coca-Cola 600, 400 laps and an all-star race.
Okay, so he knows how to get it done. Matter of fact, when we were riding on board with him, I listened
He's
to
in
his...
second.
Man, great run for him. 2 seconds back, but running on just a little bit older tires. Listen to his throttle as we... that was the entry there into turn 1 and 2, but listen into 3 and 4. How early he gets out of it if he's going to run this bottom lane. Has to run the top because of Angel Delgado right there below him. But super, super superb throttle control from the number 5 as we continue to see as he's going to go around. Commentator's curse strikes again here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Locks it down. Huge damage for Christopher Rosca. That's not going to be race-ending damage for the 5, but super unfortunate for him.
Is that race-ending damage for the 5 with the already damage he's had before?
Definitely going to hamper the speed.
It's Delgado that got loose.
Almost looked like Delgado got a shot out of the 6 to get maybe into the 5. Have to take another look at the replay. Maybe some aerial shots.
DeWeese goes down. Delgado doesn't go with them, so DeWeese taps the 90, and the 90 kind of goes back. They're kind of like fighting for that line, and that's just unfortunate. Now, again, is that race-ending damage?
Ooh.
Tap, tap.
The biggest damage going to that rear bumper, but I don't think that's a meatball flag at all. Definitely time to... What did I hear? And what I heard a streamer call the disqualified flag the Goth Scottish flag, and if we ever have to deal with the disqualification, I cannot wait to use that reference. But, should see these drivers come take tires, take some fuel. That was just about on cue as far as strategy goes. Man, sun continuing to set here. Charlotte, temperature's going to continue to drop, so we see a great aerial view of the track now.
La 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 la.
She wins the race out of pit road. Is it going to be the 21? See tires going on all of these drivers' cars. Let's see
this
here.
also is no surprise. This is right around the time where, because we had 20 plus laps of green flag racing, you go in, you get your fuel, you get your tires, maybe a very light repair, maybe you get a tweak, or the car's running too loose, too tight. Get your fixes, get them in now, do what you gotta do. There's so much race left, Sean.
That there is. Take a look at Levi's damage. Not race ending by any means, but gonna hamper the speed for sure. There's the 5. Oh man, the nose of that thing's sparkly. Not too much damage, at least on the right side or front of his number 5 Mustang. Davis Bright still trying to repair his number 15 Bass Pro Tracker Boats Ford Mustang from
Yep.
incident earlier on. But
We're being told that only 40 seconds of repair, apparently, for Braxton DeWeese.
wow.
Also being told in Newfield chat that Mayfield's out because he was wrecked and apparently got blamed for it.
Oh,
Hey, at least the whole drivers aren't exactly blaming the geese this time.
are you? Okay, I'm the freaking geese. Here we go again. You know, I'm gonna pull it out.
I said at least they weren't blaming the geese
Oh,
this time,
okay,
Sean.
okay. Well, it's too late. He's in the booth with us.
Mr. Shake and Bake.
Mr. Quack, what do you expect to see on this restart?
There you go. Thank you. This quits downs for you.
That
got
wasn't
Roscoe
that was a
Reyes,
real
Delgado,
duck.
Sebastian. I think the 21's kind of been overachieving here. I really do. So I think we're going to see Kilbashian and Delgado kind of push the other two and then make plays to pass to go from 3-4 to 1-2.
Gonna make it have to happen on this restart, and things happen fast. You're about to see chess upwards of, well, they're gonna start about 45, 50 miles per hour. Then you're gonna see chess be played between these drivers at about 180, 190 miles per hour as they get back up to speed. Here, Sunset, Charlotte Motor Speedway. Christopher Rosca, field is going to be in your hands. Going to go once they get the Geico restart zone. Here they come now. Christopher onto the gas. Green flag is out once again. Here we go. Look at Jackson Brown, running that bottom line, making it work. Will we see these drivers once again get 2 and 3 wide? No. However, Angel Delgado jumps up top the hill. Now here comes the 3 wide. Jackson Brown trying to find a place to go in this mess. Gonna look towards the top. If we could please get the lights on here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, that would be great. 2 wide for the lead. Penny Pleasers Cup, 300 miles, 200 laps of racing. Don't look now. Braxton DeWeese back, gaining his P3 spot back. Unfortunately, still going to be side by side now. Clear from Jackson Brown, back the back straight away.
Well, Sean, you've been here for 82 laps of the 200. I think we're ready. Get into our ones to watch. This is our segment. Kind of like to hear Mike Joy and all the other commentators go about the racers that we think are going to win, but just drivers that Sean and I want you to keep an eye on throughout this race. I'll start things off, Sean, if I may, and I'm going to continue to stick with Jackson Brown, who's passed Bryan Reyes for second and has a good chance of passing Delgado for the lead. Jackson Brown is my one to watch to go along with my gut call earlier of a racer just to keep an eye on that he's about to assert himself here at Charlotte. And by coming out party, I mean very well to assert himself as one of the top drivers in the Penny Pleasers Club. Sean, who's your one to watch?
Jackson Brown, quite frankly, a really nice pick, Adam. However, I'm going to go with the experience, especially with what you told me from YouTube chat. Not Bryan Reyes, a little bit of a mistake. Braxton DeWeese. Give me him from Miamisburg, Ohio. Been here, done that, has a little bit of damage. Doesn't seem to be hindering him too much. See his driver picture in the bottom left of your screen. Holding up the number 1. That's where I think, well, don't think he's going to finish, but he's going to be my holding up the number 1 to watch.
Well said. Delgado again was the fastest car on the track for the first really quarter to half of this race. But has the rocket ship run out of fuel? Has it just come down to another normal race car? Or are we going to see Delgado have that nitrous, so to speak, and once again get back up there and start dominating? He had a 2 to almost 3 second lead over the rest of the field. Not much. We've seen a lot of this season here in the Penny Policers Cup. What are we going to see here? Here's Sean Taylor running 7th. Not something we've talked about here again. One of the 4 new drivers in the field is Samuel Litchfield, currently running 8th. 9th is another new driver, Davis Bright. And then Christopher Rosca in 10th. Take a look at the laps here. Farmer 10 laps down. 72, 20 laps down. Zarte 23 laps down. There's a lot to go. Remember, folks, Colin Grace was 16 laps down at one point. Just saying.
We had him in the booth, and he made that known to us that he was not giving this up by any means. He's staying in this tonight.
Let's go back to the battle for the lead, because race control is telling us that the 12 almost dumped the 90.
Battle for second heating up. So we're going to see 3 wide for now third.
Right now is insane. Look at this. Chapman's going to let him go. Bryan Reyes right behind Kilbashian. It's Braxton DeWeese. And Chapman's like, all right, if that's how you all want to race, good. I'll hang back. And Brown now dropping as well. Might have pushed that car a little too much. But Delgado again with the raw speed.
Two by two, exiting turn 2, down the back stretch. This is for the lead of the race. We got Ryan Kilbashian, Angel Delgado. Angel's going to run that higher line, bit more banking up there on that side of the track. Keep the momentum going on exit. If you're Ryan, you are trying to run Angel just a bit up the track, get that side draft working for you. As you got to be just a bit out of the throttle earlier to get that car to rotate on the bottom of the track. He sees wrapping that paint. Paint equals grip. And now Angel going to get a little bit slippery off that exit. He's really worked his right rear tire. Jackson Brown, your one to watch, battling my one to watch, Braxton DeWeese, side by side.
I think Brown is just very happy to stay on the top line and let everyone else be massively aggressive here. Battle for third right now. DeWeese, again, has won 2 of these Coca-Cola 600.
Caution, caution, caution. Christian Zarte.
Almost done it again. Where did this caution come from? Zarte.
Just going through the turf. I don't see... Well, I guess we need to see the reason for it here. Okay. No, okay. Samuel Litchfield.
Turning Zarte.
Take another look at it here. Yeah, Samuel just maybe misinterpreted the speed difference, and all 3 tires coming off the ground as the asphalt transitions to the turf here in Charlotte. But that could have been way worse than what it was, but unfortunately is going to bring another break to the racing action.
That it does. Now, let's pull up, if we can, Sean, because this is also production. Let's see, when did the top 10 last pit? As Grace gets another pass. 8 laps down now for Grace.
Dude, we're going to see Colin come back.
Pitted at lap 78. So
Ooh.
no one's really thinking about coming in. We do see a couple of people. DeWeese is going to come in. Reyes is going to come in. They're most likely going to come in for fuel here, Sean. We have 5 tire sets for the racers.
Yeah,
already used at least 1, maybe 2. How hard do you want to risk it strategy-wise? What is in your back pocket?
So we kind of on board with Brian. in this pit cycle. You see his car isn't being lifted up on the right or left side, so this is a fuel stop. We're looking at about 4 to 5 stops
Very long
minimum.
Fuel stop. It's a very long fuel stop.
Yeah, definitely. So it's taking his time. Maybe, yeah, I see he's got a little bit of damage, maybe fixing up as well. But, man, I mentioned this earlier. Are you going to be one who gambles like we saw the last mile-and-a-half race we were at? Hence the 13 of Jonathan Reyes. If you guys don't remember, or just haven't seen it yet, my boy Jonathan got passed on the last lap of the race at Vegas, trying to make a little bit of a fuel run work. He was gambling in Vegas. There's nothing wrong with that. But I bring it up because are we going to see anybody gamble here in Charlotte tonight? Maybe make that fuel run last a bit longer than it should. And then not to mention, you're also crunching numbers more than a damn accountant as this race is going to take past coming to the halfway to go. These drivers going to have to turn into accountants, mathematicians, make sure that they have enough fuel in their cars for the end of the race. Maybe save a set as well. That's what I would do. I hate to point this out. I really do. I saw it earlier. I wasn't going to.
Then don't do it.
Nope. Too late. Christopher, my guy. See the preview. The preview on the paint scheme. What are we doing? We stealing somebody's paint? No, I'm just kidding. All jokes. I just did notice that. Couldn't keep it to myself any longer. And look, that Camaro, it quite frankly doesn't look happy anymore. Look at the nose of it. That's not a happy Camaro.
Nope. Upside down previews. This might be just a skin for the car that he's working on.
Okay, a little
his
under
car
construction.
lights off.
Okay.
It's Kilbashian and Delgado. Delgado's going to be working on getting to the lead. Kilbashian is also giving you a preview of how fast his car can run. No surprise, the two fastest cars right now, Delgado and Kilbashian, they've been fast all day. As the sun sets here in Charlotte, the lights come on. We're almost 100 laps in to this 200 lap race. Here we go! Lap 97 of 200 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Brought to you by Stamp Studio Network.
Ryan Kilbashian making a name for himself here tonight. That 10 Camaro is fast. Jackson Brown, you're one to watch. Mike Chapman back up here, P3, gonna run the bottom of the hill this time by. Leaving room for Jackson up top. Super respectable racing. And then, again, Braxton DeWeese, been top 5 all day, except for that incident earlier. Sean Taylor, nice run going for him. Gonna enter on the high side, right behind Angel Delgado. They now make their way down the backstretch.
Car, the Texas Longhorns car, battling it out right now for 7th place.
Surprised we haven't seen.
As well.
How funny would it be if we had a Notre Dame, Ohio State battle on track?
Hey, shout-outs to them.
Making it
They
all the
did
way
it.
through.
They're in the college football championship game.
So a little bit of 3 wide. Man, Jackson has been super aggressive, but like you said earlier, Adam, I don't think I've seen him leave the high side of the track once tonight. Ooh, Sean really high, even higher than Jackson. Careful on exit. Ooh, Angel's gonna get loose.
That's rude. But hey. Look who's in first place.
Holy smokes. Braxton DeWeese. Take a look at the replay. See how he did it. This is coming down the backstretch, heading into turn 3. Braxton, he's on that high side. How does he get around Ryan? Here he goes. Gets out of the gas early, dumps it early, able to get back in the gas earlier, makes the move on the 10 Camaro. Man, he's
Camaro.
saying bye-bye. Look at him go.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hey, at least I didn't start singing Country Roads. Nothing wrong with it, though. It happens. It really does.
We will lose all of our viewers.
Maybe we need a... oh, okay, never mind. Christopher Rosca, Braxton DeWeese, Ryan Kilbashian. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can hear you're wanting to start singing. Break into a musical out here in Stam Studio Network. Delgado looking low.
Hyper and excited.
How's the Bills game go? Is that why? Is Henry popping off?
We have great racing, that's why.
Oh, okay, I see. Great
21
racing.
to 13 Bills with the Ravens threatening Bills territory. Third quarter, under 3 minutes to play. You're listening to this live. Rosca back out front. There have been so many lead changes. It's been crazy. How far, again, like how much did Rosca have to push his car to get in the lead? Why are you pushing your car? If it's me, just hang out. Go crazy and just relax. You've got 100 more, you have, what, 96, 95 more laps to go.
You're not only relaxing mentally, but man, take it easy on the tires as well. This is seeming to be a longer stint than we've had normally, but Adam, you brought up lead changes. Matter of fact, last weekend at Talladega, we saw 18 lead changes. You're not going to like this stat, though. 22 laps under caution. 62 laps under green. I think we're running a bit better than that ratio tonight, or maybe just at that ratio if things are able to keep as clean as they are right now. But man, we got Sean Taylor in the pits. That's a bit early.
Or strategy.
Early or
When was
strategy.
the last time he pitted? So it could be strategy as well. Pienta only a lap down now.
And then how many laps down is Colin Great? 6 laps down? Dude, how many laps down was he at first?
16 laps down.
Wave him around, lucky dog, whatever it takes. Colin Grace fighting his way back up in it, and then Ashton Pritchard, our Talladega winner, right below him running P16. Oh, whoa!
This is what? Oh no!
Why? What prompted that? Was that another commentator's curse? That's 3 tonight. Is that what prompted
No.
that?
Did he take your $100 last week? You won your rewind that back. I think that was an internet thing. Chris, rewind that real quick. I don't even think he got loose. I think it was the same thing we saw earlier with Litchfield, wasn't it? A net code or whatever. Watch this.
Already
He doesn't touch the wall. A little loose. Oh, it wasn't in the wall. Okay, he got just a little bit into the wall. Unfortunate for Colin Grace.
If you are Ashton Pritchard, even though you're out, you're probably thinking, what was that? Did I just get intentionally wrecked? But no, nothing intentional there. That's right on board with Ashton as this happens. Just going straight, and next thing you know, boom, there's Colin right in your lap. Hate it for both of these drivers with some pace tonight. Colin trying to get his way back up. Unable to get any laps back under this yellow, unfortunately.
That is unfortunate.
Christopher Rosca on those newer tires, pitting lap 94. Everybody else 78, but here they all come. So that 78 is going to update to now. Lap 109 is when these drivers, Angel Delgado, of course, coming down. But Ryan Kilbashian and Jackson.
This would be your typical green flag pit stops. But you know what? We need to get a celebrity up here into the booth.
Oh, boy.
We need to bring up the celebrity that is the number 5 car, Braxton DeWeese. Braxton, it's Adam and Sean up in the booth. How are you?
We're doing all right. How about yourself?
Doing good, thank you. We can barely hear you up here in the booth, but there is a lot. Back. Your fan club is telling us all of your insane achievements, by the way, that you've already won 2 of these Coca-Cola 600s, and you've won an all-star race. So what are you looking at here, Braxton? You've been having a lot of success up here in the top 5. What's the key for you for this race?
I think if we can just, not damage the car even more than it already is, and just try to save our tires and stay up here, then I think we can have a shot. I never really expected to be in this position to begin with, after all the damage and all the stuff we've been through. So, we've been working with what we got, and it's been going pretty smooth, and we just gotta survive about 91, 92 more laps, and hopefully we're there in the end.
For sure, the Interstate Ford Mustang has taken a lot of damage. Sean, questions for Braxton?
Braxton, man, you are my one to watch here early, or it was earlier, as we're now just over halfway. A little bit of a spoiler. I think I'm gonna choose my race, or my pick to win the race. Excuse me. How is the car handling before we take this green flag?
It's honestly not too bad. It doesn't really feel too off of what it did beforehand, other than my steering's a little bit to the left. So, that still tells me I still got a little bit of wheel damage to the left rear. But we're making it work, and hopefully we can keep making it work. And like I said, just no more damage would be great. And we'll just have to use strategy here potentially at the end if we have to use the green flag stop. I'm not real confident that we'll have to do that, but I'll always keep that in the back of my mind just in case. And we got about 15 lap order tires and some of these guys behind, so we'll see if we can stay up here or if we fall back a lot or not.
Very cool. All right, Braxton, your fan club continues to have all the pom-poms for you in Twitch chat. So enjoy the rest of the race, stay safe, and keep that Interstate Ford clean. Good luck in the rest of the race.
I appreciate it. We're going to try to.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the one, the only, your favorite driver apparently out in the racetrack. That was Braxton DeWeese, the number 5 car. Like he was saying, Sean, that car has got a lot of damage on it, just trying to keep it clean. But it's going to be Christopher Rosca and Braxton DeWeese bringing us to the green flag as they start entering the Geico restart zone. Here we go, lap 110. Make it 111 of 200 here in Charlotte as nighttime descends on the racetrack. Christopher Rosca out here on an early lead. We saw him early on fresher tires. DeWeese now in second. DeWeese has the speed. He's going to turn Rosca if he doesn't get out of his way.
Here comes Bryan Reyes. Whoa, gonna make contact! Oh! Formula Drift Part 4 tonight. What a move! Ali Kobayashi, appreciate you again joining us YouTube chat and, matter of fact, helping me with a few graphics. But not to mention, man, that Formula Drift battle that just happened between the two, Braxton getting a little bit of help. However, Christopher Rosca, Jackson, Brown, Money Lion versus Menards. Chevy versus Ford. Mike Chapman right there, P3.
Oreos versus double stuffed Oreos, and there's only one answer. Clearly, it's double stuffed Oreos.
Here comes Chapman with that
In all
run.
seriousness, race control is telling us that Bryan Reyes had some colorful words for Braxton. Not happy about that move at all. But it's Jackson Brown out in front with the Chapman in that chrome Target car. And you know what it's time for, Sean? It's time for us to take our second of 3 breaks here throughout the night. Enjoy your green flag racing, folks.
Let's do it.
We're gonna take our second of 3 breaks. And until then, enjoy some Crank It Up and the sounds of the racetrack. Or the race, rather. An unfortunate wreck yet again, and it's the 27 of Colin Grace. We're going to rewind it here for you. Let's see what happened, and it is coming around the corner. Kilbashian gets into Jonathan. Jonathan taps Grace, who gets into the 77 of Pienta, who was 1 lap down. Saves. No, in
Travis.
the Farmer. And these cars, unfortunately here, Sean, on such a long race, really having some issues here as of late. Now Farmer has absolutely no front. You can see the radiator, you can see the engine. The damaged cars, they don't seem to be holding up as well here in the second half of this race.
Nah, man, definitely not. You see the front tires not even spinning anymore on Travis's car. Really nice work from iRacing to simulate the sparks, though, as we work our way into nighttime. Can see the sparks fly, can see the exhaust, the flames fly out of the exhaust when drivers get out of the gas. And as tires continue to wear out, I have noticed a bit more of those flames popping out of the side pipes of these Gen 6 Fords, Mustangs, and Camrys. So, as we work our way back live now, man, getting a great shot at Charlotte there. Now the inside of Colin Grace's Chevy Exalta Camaro. Adam, this so far I think is one of our most or more eventful races that we've seen. I mean, I don't have an exact number on lead changes, but I would imagine it's up there, probably past Talladega at this point. And Jackson Brown, we have seen go from 3rd to 12th to 5th to, I mean, it's a mountain on his standings, but as far as right now, damn near at the top of Mount Everest to P2.
Yeah, look, you're not wrong. You are not wrong in the least.
Whoa! Samuel Litchfield was splitting the seas coming to the 2x2 for... I know you get mad at me. Now, I don't even know what that means. That could be something like very wrong in the Urban Dictionary, so I'm not going to say what I said before again, but... Yeah, okay, that'll save our butt again. Wait for it. Here we go. Matter of fact, there he goes. Ashton Pritchard getting another lap back, or just waved around the pace car. Okay, Jackson Brown, Mike Chapman, Jackson Brown, Braxton DeWeese. After his last restart, man, what do you think's going through Braxton's mind? Are you looking in more your mirror? Or are you gonna be a bit more aggressive again on this restart like you were last time?
Luis has to get out in front of the rest of his cars again. Kilbashian all the way up in 8th. Expect him to make a big move here soon.
Who hit who, says Doug Minnendorf. Man, we kind of saw in the aerial coverage there. I'll get back to that in a second. And as now the field is going to get in Mike Chapman's hands. Mike Chapman, first time tonight, going to lead the field to the green flag. Barney is waving it pretty aggressively now. Is now Jackson Brown for the first time tonight going to try and cover that bottom line, as we've seen.
Delgado with the shove on DeWeese.
Yeah, I mean, now these drivers that have not made the top line work all night, now making it work. Now Jackson Brown going to that more familiar top line. Oh, they're going to call him Grace saying, "Get me the hell out of here." Look at him.
Literally read that like it was something out of Charlie Brown.
Jackson Brown out front. What a move with some damage on the Money Lion 12. Bringing his Ford out front past Mike Chapman.
Folks, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. We really do. We know you have tons of things you could be doing on a nice Sunday night, on a nice 3-day holiday weekend for a lot of you. Maybe some of you. Who knows? Maybe none of you have tomorrow off. But regardless, stay out there, stay safe. We appreciate you hanging out with us here on the Stam Studio Network.
Ooh, Mike.
Watching the Penny Pleasers Cup, and Brown was completely cut off. Remember what I mentioned about Kilbashian, who was starting towards the back of that top 10, how fast he's been as well. And it looks like Kilbashian, as we have hit nighttime here in Charlotte, that car is turning on fast, and we take a look. Reyes, last time pitted lap 78, 94 for DeWeese. Everyone else 108 with the exception of Rosca. We had that pit 94 with DeWeese. How is this strategy going to affect the races?
Get a huge shot from Jackson Brown down the backstretch into turn 3. Almost looked 3 wide for a second, but Mike Chapman doing everything he can to try and hold off the 21 and the 12. The 12 is like, I saw this in the hosted race that I did with these guys. If you're sitting in P3, who do you go with and help down the backstretch is you aggressively fight that dirty air that gets across the front of your Ford Mustang. In this case is Jackson Brown. Going to help the 07 into turn 3. Out of the gas now. Is there room on the bottom? No, it looks like Bryan Reyes going to come and fill that bottom line. Not quite just yet, though. Both drivers still clear. Ryan Kilbashian to the lead in the number 10 Chevy Camaro. Great run for him tonight. The closer and closer that this race approaches to the end of the race, the closer that you are going to race your competitors. Get a little side draft here and there. If you're new to iRacing or NASCAR in general, if you run just side by side with one of your competitors, that will slow them down enough, possibly enough for you to get a run into the next corner. However, now we see Mike Chapman trying to hold off the 21 and the 12 still behind him. This is going to come to a game of strategy as these laps and stints get a little bit more cleaner. No yellow flags yet so far this stint.
There is a good chance that Chapman has the best long-run car speed of any car, and I put Bryan Reyes second. Look how much Jackson Brown is struggling. He may only have some short-run speed here, Sean. Kilbashian, though, looks like he might have all the tools in this race.
Yeah, as we the top 4 have broken away, and I'm wondering if this is more setup oriented because these drivers know that this is a long race going into the race. Engineers as well, if you have them, as now the 21's going to look low on Mike. You got to know that the temperature is going to drop, grip is going to drop. These cars that were stronger early on when the track temperature was up, not as strong anymore. And now we see some new players tonight, like the 21 headed up to P2 and Ryan K up to P1. Are their cars just maybe set up for the night? Now Ryan's going to run at the top with a late entry, then cut the bottom, exiting 4.
Talked about it. So let's see what happens. And it's only about a half a second lead over Reyes right now. Take a look at who's hanging out in that 11 to 20 spot. Reyes 55 laps down and then calling the race. Only 8 laps down. Still a chance to at least get back on the lead lap. But right now, the last player on the last racer on the lead lap is Jeremy Pienta. Finally getting back on the lead lap here.
Hate that for him. Suffered a little bit of damage 2 cautions ago, but looks like his 77 still has some pace. If he's just able to stay on this lead lap or get in that lucky dog position, aka the first car 1 lap down, he'll be able to stay in it. But looks like scraped the wall just a little bit off the exit of 4, losing pace to the 6 car in front of him. Take a look at the pit strategy again. Ryan Kilbashian, as well as Jackson Brown, Mike Chapman, Angel Delgado, all pit lap 108. More fuel in their tanks, more grip on their tires to go further and handle better. Yeah, Reyes, I'm surprised, is actually still up here in P2 with the older tires that he has, but he will have to pit first if this does happen to come to a green flag pit stop.
Factually correct.
Can we get a NFL update from the one, the only Adam?
Absolutely. We have 24 to 19 Bills over the Ravens. We have under 11 minutes to play in the fourth. The Ravens have the ball, and the Bills might have just forced fourth down. Derrick Henry doesn't think he didn't. 4th and 1 for the Ravens. Derrick Henry and the offense remain on the field for 4th and 1.
Man, I see Ollie here in the chat. I put 10 grand and the wife's car on Chapman. Are you hearing this?
And the Ravens do get the first down. Nicely done. Get up in midfield. I wasn't going to say anything and bring any attention to the comments, Sean, but you did.
Man, as we continue to work with our betting partners at... That's retracted. We are working on betting partners.
Nobody.
Yeah. You know, I've actually thought about this before, turning some laps in iRacing. When is the day going to come that our viewers here have access to betting on, say, hey, you see Chapman maybe with some pace? Why not throw a few, whether it's crypto, whether it's whatever it may be, to get across the lines of the law? You know,
DraftKings.
Yeah. What's keeping us from putting 10 grand in the wife's car on Mike Chapman?
Prize picks, underdog fantasy, just saying. Great
Bovada.
question in YouTube chat as we stay green. And this is something I really want to ask Race Control. And Race Control can go type in the YouTube chat. Mark asks, how do I race in these leagues? Great question, Mark. Race Control has the answers.
I can cut that down for you quite a bit. Man, just get in contact with Daniel Selway, or matter of fact, he'll see you in the YouTube chat. He'll reach out to you and get you the league ID, invite you to Penny Pleasers Cup. And man, all you need is this. Well, you need an iRacing membership, a Gen 6 NASCAR. This is not the next gen. This is last generation's NASCAR. And then you need to make sure that you have bought the track that they're racing on that week. Man, from 3,500 iRating, I've personally spent a little bit too much money on tracks here and there. But let me tell you, it's all worth it. When you get behind the wheel of one of these things, it's like you're sitting behind the wheel when you enter your sim, especially you have a triple monitor setup. Braxton DeWeese, though. Whoa! Colin Grace goes around. Braxton barely missing him. Oh. Samuel Litchfield missing it, as well as Colin's going to roll down the hill. Unfortunate.
Caution of the race.
You heard that right from Adam, folks. This is 11th. Sure, this is a longer race, but I mean, man, come on now. Let's take a look. Oh. Looks like just a little bit of side contact with, we'll have to rewind that one more time, see who that was with. You see it here. Man, just not sure if that was the 15 or 90. Did you make that out, Adam?
No.
Okay, we'll take another look. This time we'll slow it down. Rewind it as well.
Grace got loose. Let's see. Into the wall.
Into the...
Caps Delgado gets turned, and the 15 breezes by. We're going to try to breeze by. The 5 at DeWeese gets by. Yeah, it's just Grace got into the wall.
Second consecutive time that we've seen a driver get into the wall on the backstretch, which I will say it's... these cars' wheels, they're not straight on the backstretch. You're still turning them slightly. So maybe...
Everyone's coming into pit, including...
Yeah, take a look at this strategy.
Zero of Christopher Roscoe.
Yeah, nice call, Adam. That's Bryan Reyes, Davis Bright, Mike Chapman, everybody coming to the pits. Looks like 21 is going to lead the race off of pit road, followed by the 07, then the 90, then Samuel Litchfield 22. But little different strategy for Ryan Jackson and Riley Skog. Adam, I'm going to trust you with the viewers. I will be right back. Coming to lap 140 out of 200.
See, folks, this is what happens when we don't have people at a track to bring catering to the booth. It's all Sean wanted was a Costco hot dog and a soda brought to the booth. You can't even get that done for $1.50. I am just kidding. But we are now going to continue to race things around here. Kilbashian, Brown, Skog all stayed out. What we're going to see what happens here is we're going to have more flag pit stops, and this time it's going to be Brown and Skog to go in. Bashian stays out. I don't know if I'm a fan of this play, but again, remember, he pitted around lap 109 or thereabouts. And when Sean comes back, we'll take a look at an updated hoop pit. I think Kilbashian was the only one that didn't go in. So it's going to be Kilbashian, Bryan Reyes, Mike Chapman, Matt Chapman, the Chapman, and Angel Delgado, who that car was fast during the day. It is having a tough time getting to the lead here at night. And you see Litchfield and Rosca. Then we have DeWeese and Bright, followed up by when they're off a pit road. They'll be coming back, but it's Jeremy Pienta
made it back in time
at 9, and Jackson Brown will take 10th. Did you get your Costco hot dog and soda?
What do the kids say? We bring the boom with the hot dog and the double chocolate cookie or something. Yeah, these drivers are about to bring the boom here. Maybe, okay, that might have been a little too young reference, but yeah, I'm out of breath.
All good. Mark, to answer your question, Lumit 91 is one of our amazing people in race control, so feel free to chat back and forth with him. He says that this thing that they posted is the lead Discord.
Bottom line, way more cars in it. That's just due to the lap traffic. 21 and 10 going to lead us to lap 141. Here we have them running side by side into turn 1. Angel Delgado running P3, Mike Chapman P4.
Big fight for the lead. Here comes Delgado at speed. Turns Kilbashian, his teammate. The car just too strong. Kilbashian's gonna fall. Litchfield has to hit the brakes and fall off. Now it's Delgado coming around the bend. Remember, folks, I said it. Delgado had a fast car during the day. Did something change as we got to nighttime? Bryan Reyes and Angel Delgado side by side for the lead.
Look at them give the room to each other within the corner. However, you come right back on exit. These cars are going to get side by side now. Christopher Rosca is going to go around.
Big wreck.
Massive incident. We're still wrecking. Jeremy Pienta,
Rosca,
Christopher.
he's done.
Ah,
He's cooked.
the 13 around again. Riley Skog. He missed this wreck. He was in the pits, but the preview Menards 00 going to unfortunately end his race tonight early. So we take
That's
a look.
unfortunate for Rosca, who had a good showing here at Charlotte. But unfortunately, that is most likely going to do it here for Christopher Rosca.
Oh, the 13, man, just trying to get some more playoff points. That's Jonathan Reyes making contact with the 00. We will get you another look. We have to rewind it just a little bit here. Okay, here we go. The 00 just loose through the corner, makes contact with the 10. Ooh! Sean Taylor maybe with a little bit of damage there as well. So, I think I know Adam good enough. You don't like this, do you?
Too many cautions. It's a mile and a half track. It's a mile and a half track. Why are we having this many caution?
Man, I would say, like, if this was last week, maybe $100 on the line. I totally understand. I do. But with this being
Speedway, absolutely.
the PPC 300, the representative of the Coke 600, I mean, sure, I get a lot's on the line, but guys, this is more cautions than now Talladega, which that's saying something in my eyes.
See.
Hey, I got something that'll cheer you up. Filet mignon will be tipped to Adam as a result of these extended caution flags. 12th already.
Where that joke came in from.
I don't. What race
retire
was that? Like
joke.
race 4, race 5?
I don't know. We can retire the joke
Okay.
now,
Okay. Well,
though. It is retired.
noted.
We have a very tough battle here at Charlotte. Let's see what's going to happen as we're going to continue to take laps around here, Sean. Look, just look at how beautiful Charlotte is here at night. Again, we are on the regular Charlotte track. You can see the little bits of the road course there as well. Take a look to a nice satellite view of Charlotte. There is the Charlotte road course there on the right. Not racing that in the next couple of games, next couple of races, but a beautiful road course, a beautiful course nonetheless. A little small for a road course, in my opinion. Not as many turns as we're used to seeing, Sean, at a road course.
Yeah, for sure. Got Coda next week. Believe that's 22.
Coda's gonna be bananas.
You know what?
Circuit of the Americas.
I'm gonna challenge these drivers. Make sure you get out to the hosted Penny Pleasers Cup Coda practice race. Again, I race Charlotte. I'd love to race with you guys bumper to bumper at Circuit of the Americas next week. Be sure to join into that. Going to be one to watch.
Are you racing in that, Sean?
I would love to, but I'll be up here in the booth with you. I mean, for the actual race. But yes, I will be in the hosted.
I will
Penny Pleasers
literally
Cup.
do production and everything if you want to race in that.
All right.
You have
Well,
an open invite. I will do the production and everything else for the folks. I may have absolutely no clue what I'm doing, but I will be more than happy if you would like to race in it's your home track, isn't it?
yeah, man. 20 minutes from it. Angel Delgado going to lead us to green, but yeah, Adam, we'll keep in touch with that. That might be something to watch. But now, Angel
Open
Delgado,
invitation
Bryan Reyes.
for you. Here we go. Delgado out front, Reyes racing him immediately hard. Chapman right behind, Litchfield up with Sebastian brings in our top 5. And DeWeese now just hanging out in 10th. Bright in 6th, Brown in 7th, Delgado and Reyes. Reyes may have found something here early. Gap 90 on the side. Good save from Delgado. Here comes Kilbashian in his fast 10 car as well. Chapman getting in his way. Right down. Bright, not right. Down onto the grass. Good recovery here. We stay green here at Charlotte. Reyes open first. Chapman now trying to pass Delgado for second place. Kilbashian wants out of this corner. Wants to pass the ball.
Delgado's going to remember that from the 21. He got what felt like he got wronged there. He got a little bit of shove, got him just loose enough for Bryan to come take the lead. But Angel Delgado, quote me on this, he has not forgot what the 21 has done to him. Gonna get the crossover done on the backstretch. Going to be there on the inside into turn 3. That's exactly what I was talking about.
There's the aggression back and forth between these drivers. Don't
Showing
forget
the displeasure
12
between the
that
two.
Almost took out the 21 earlier, I believe.
So now if you're Bryan Reyes, you're probably thinking, that first time it was an accident. Maybe expected it a little bit, but these drivers going to need to calm themselves because just 51 laps to go here at Charlotte. Now, Bryan Reyes trying to get down the inside into turn 3 doesn't have quite the run to do it. Angel Delgado, Bryan Reyes. Now we've got Ryan Kilbashian back up here in his quite clean, no damage number 10. And then don't look now. Jackson Brown back up again. P4 followed by Mike Chapman in that 07.
All right, Sean, it's your turn. I'm going to leave the commentary booth for you. I'll be right back.
Gonna get some play-by-play here is now. Well, maybe not. Bryan Reyes. Yep, that's gonna bring out the caution. Huge. Wow, Adam took a break at just the worst possible timing, as that's going to ruin the race for the 21. I mean, nothing other to it than that. See Ryan Kilbashian, Jackson Brown, Angel Delgado going to retain those first, second, third spots. Let's take a look at that replay, see what happened with the 21. Quite frankly, our fastest car the last few laps by. Oh, okay, that's a little late again. Does he get shoved into the wall on exit? Going to need a rewind. As the director, producer, and everything in between, I do hate rewinding it. But, okay, you see, the 21 and the 90 already displeasured with each other. The 21 giving another shot into the 90. So I'm very loose entering turn 3. Gonna slow it down for you guys. Well, it's already slowed down, excuse me. Yeah, okay, Bryan Reyes then just gets ran up the top of the track from the 90 once again. This started in the, well, 2 laps ago, but this specifically started within the entry to that corner. Now we're going to see everybody come into the pits now. I'm going to try and get you an aerial shot of this incident. So we see these drivers continue to slow down. Looks like Davis Bright, another driver that went off track there, not in the same incident, but went off track right before the incident. Okay, so we're going to rewind this into the entry. Here we have aerial cam. See the 12 up top of Jackson Brown. Here we're looking at the 10 of Ryan Kilbashian. 90 gets loose, and then here we go. Just off the... Be honest, I didn't see it that time. One more slowdown. 21 off the right side of the 90. Jackson Brown coming off the bottom, cutting to the bottom of the track, says, "Get me the hell out of that." And then the caution comes out.
All right, I am back. And apparently there is some issues. Apparently race control is telling us that Bryan and Angel not happy with each other right now. As we get to the final quarter of this race, Sean, remember what I said earlier about strategy, about really, if it were me, saving your car for the last 50 laps, then start making your move. We have seen so many cautions already. What happened to Delgado? Did he just get loose?
I'll tell you exactly what happened. The 90 and the 21 were going at it the past few laps there. The 90 drove it super, super deep there into turn 3. And I don't know if this is netcode off the nose of the 10, but take a look here. That's very well netcode.
Netcode.
Yep. And then
unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
Well, we have an interview. Don't mean to cut you off, but it's a friend, someone that we know, someone that had a little thing to deal with when it came to letting us know what's going on in the race. It's the one, the only Christopher Rosker, the 00. Chris, Adam and Sean up in the booth. How are you?
I'm disappointed, but this is what it is. I got loose, and then all of a sudden I got tagged by Jonathan, and only so much you can do in the car. I was pushing the car hard, trying to get back up towards the front where I was. I had led laps earlier in that race, but just got loose, clipped the apron a little bit, and the car is undrivable. I was using the walls to turn to get to pit road, trying to avoid towing, but I still got 8.5 minutes left of required repairs. Almost 8 minutes are optional, so done for the day for today. But still not my worst finish to date, so shouldn't drop too low in the points, but still safely locked in the playoffs. But
well, Chris, at the rate we're going in this race, you're gonna have plenty of time to repair that car and get back on the lead lap, because we have 10 million more cautions to go, apparently. Kidding.
Yeah.
But Mr. Roscoe, we're gonna let you go.
Welcome to Atlanta 2.0.
Oh, don't say it. Don't say it. All right, Chris, we're gonna let you go. Sean and I are gonna talk to you about the race. We'll see you afterwards.
See you guys later.
Thank you for joining us up in the booth here, Mr. Roscoe. Thank you so much. Now, let's take a look.
Should we hop on board with Jackson? Dude, take a look at that outside momentum. The 5 getting right back on the 12. rear quarter panel. However, man, look at Angel Delgado and then Mike Chapman back out to the lead.
Chapman in the lead, Delgado still threatening.
At this rate, this is anybody in the top 10's race to win. We'll look at the pit strategy. Remember, only about 45 to 50 laps to go on a tank. You see our leaders pitting at lap 138 as the leader's going to get side by side out of 2 again. So still,
Next caution, everyone comes in.
yeah, whether it's not going to be under green, right? There's no way. But when the caution does come out, expect everybody to take tires at this point and
Right,
fuel.
if the caution comes out, if we get a caution. If not, there's going to be some really interesting green flag pit stops. So we are finally into the last quarter of this race, and it's been a long one, folks. We're approaching the 2-hour mark here since this race has started. Again, thank you for joining us here at the STAM Studio Network. I'm Adam, aka WX21. He's Sean, aka the STAM Studio Network. So we are happy to be bringing you, as always, the Penny Music Cup every single Sunday night. As long as there is a race, we're covering here at the STAM Studio Network. Big shout out to our sponsors, DL Design and Short Track Guys. Thank you so much for sponsoring us here at the STAM Studio Network. Big shout out to that car right there. The West Virginia car, the 60, was it 65, 69, 89 of Sean Taylor, who has been running a really great race, and right next to him is Bright as well. 2 of the 4 new drivers in this race here today. Nicely done. And now we head back to the battle for second, which is heating up here. Kilbashian and DeWeese fighting for a spot. Again, when do you pull things out? DeWeese trying to make a play on the outside. Kilbashian going to the inside. They're lined up all behind each other. Oh, it looks like it's friendly now. But when does that change? Chapman wants to get a little bit of a move here off Jackson Brown. At 90. We hit that 90 doesn't have the insane speed we saw earlier, but man, out in front, still proving to be a menace. But look at the speed of Kilbashian, almost a 1/10 of a second behind Delgado right now. Folks out there, if you're watching this live, give us a thumbs up in the YouTube chat if you've been enjoying this race.
Take a look at Braxton.
62.
He's back up in P3 after that skirmish back 2 cautions ago. You mentioned it earlier, Sean Taylor, that 89. He's a newer driver with us in PPC. If he was with us this whole season, I would expect him to be running top 7, top 8 in the points because, man, he's got pace here tonight. His West Virginia Ford Mustang. Davis Bright. He's trying to reel Davis in, but Davis looks like fixed up just about all of his damage that occurred on that first caution. Davis making some fairly quick lap times, especially last lap and the one before that. But, man, that's not to mention without talking about Angel Delgado, Ryan Kilbashian, 2 fastest drivers up to date. Braxton DeWeese right there behind now. Ryan. A little bit of scrape to that outside wall. 164 out of 200. Take note at which lines these drivers are running, where their car, or where they think their car has pace. You see the 5 running up top, the 10 wrapping the bottom, and then our leader also wrapping the bottom. Now that nighttime has completely fallen on this track, really losing temperature fast in the asphalt as well as in the tires. Not maybe gripping up as just more as you thought they would, but now look too wide. Heading down the backstretch, we got the 5 and the 07. Leaving each other all of the room in the world. Really respectable racing going on between these two drivers here in Penny Pleasers Cup. Bryan Reyes in the pits. Colin Grace still out on track. How many laps is Colin? 8 laps down now. Unfortunately, the cause of the last 2 cautions, so not able to get a lap back there. Braxton using up some of his tire life as he's going to run that bottom lane, ask a little bit more of those right sides, going to almost complete the pass on Ryan. Ryan dumping all sorts of dirty air on Braxton's nose.
Delgado, Delbashi, Luis, Chapman, right. You're at top 5.
Sounded like Mike just got into the wall there. That was a weird sounding.
Bryan Reyes is out, 15 laps down. Being told by race control that Bryan pretty much purposely bumped Angel, even though he won't admit it for payback. That is quote for quote from our race control.
No, Bryan, unfortunately, coming off of another penalty from a couple of races ago, penalty instated by race control. So, you know, you'd think he'd learn his lesson. It sounds like maybe just did not. So, for some of our viewers that have maybe not got behind the wheel of one of these Gen 6 NASCARs, they're not just fast. These things are stupid fast. They're hitting just about 200 miles per hour. The restarts here are also absolutely insane. But, man, having a loose car here at Charlotte, that's like riding a bull with a jet engine strapped to it. That is just absolutely madness. Trying to conserve the tire life, maybe get a lap or 2 extra on the fuel strategy. But now only 30 laps to go. Still going to need to see a pit stop from our top running drivers. Remember, guys, if you're just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. This is what you tuned in for. These guys are all throwing it down on the line. Rubber's burning off of these cars, getting caked into the asphalt here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Bumpers are bending. The checkered flag is continuing to get closer. We have the 5 looking low on Ryan, fighting for these playoff points as we inch closer to the playoff. The end of the regular season, and as we inch closer to the playoffs, Daytona in just about a month or two's time is it's going to be that last race as we cut to just as when is Daytona. Rounding out the regular season Daytona, February 23rd. You see on your screen there, bottom right. Chapman, DeWeese, side by side, continuing to chase Ryan Kilbashian.
Well, Sean, I think it's been long. Let's get into it. As you're going to see in the top left-hand corner of your screen, the lap counter is going to turn into a lap countdown counter.
Woohoo!
It'll happen very shortly. Sean, it's time to pick who we think is going to win this Coca-Cola 600, aka whatever we're calling this race, the longest race of the year. Charlotte, 200 laps. Who are you picking to win the race?
Mentioned it earlier, my one to watch. He's got the experience. I think if caution comes out, or quite frankly, he's got the experience of green flag stops. He knows where to start to slow his car down, hopefully not get a speeding penalty into the pits. I am going with Braxton DeWeese. Who do you have to win this race, Adam?
You took my pick. I'm going to go with that 10 car of Kardashian. I think the way we've seen his car handle here as we got to the nighttime, I think he's got a little bit more left in the tank. And again, we may have another caution come out. We may still have to have green flag pit stops. But I do think Kardashian has a chance to squeak out a win here at Charlotte. But it's really tough to deny what Angel Delgado is doing in this 90 and has been all race long. If this stays green, nobody is stopping him.
Yeah, he's going to have that advantage on that fuel stop. Now we see 25 laps to go up in the top left corner of your screen. Adam, man, I was hoping that it would come down to a green flag stop. We are approaching it. It's going to be close within the next few laps as we've seen Braxton DeWeese get by Mike Chapman and Riley Kardashian. Braxton's going to be one to watch as we continue to tick down the rest of the regular season in Penny Pleasers Cup. Newer driver with us, continuing to gain points that transition into the playoffs. But Angel Delgado, let's see, when he last pit. I think it's that 138, but we'll double check.
Been a while.
Yeah, that 138, so...
There's still a set of green flag pit stops that has to come.
Jackson Brown up to P5 now as he had a little bit of pace during the sunset portion of the race. And now Sean Taylor up 13 spots since the start. Davis Bright plus 8 spots since the start. Very, very nice run, especially for some of these newer names racing with us tonight in PPC.
We're also hearing from race control that this race may end up a lot like Vegas because of how much they saved under cautions. But I'll tell you this right now, we could see the Ravens season come to an end right here on this 2-point conversion. Down 25-27. And season is over.
Lamar
the
lost?
Bills look like they're going to hold on. Mark Andrews had it, couldn't keep the ball in his hands. Would have had the 2-point conversion to tie it up with 1:33 on the clock. But Buffalo 27, the Ravens 25, and could not catch it in. The ball did come a little bit lower for Andrew than needed. Couldn't get it and slid. There is some snow falling as well. Good try from Mark Andrews, but it looks like the Bills, all they need is a first down, and they're going to hang on to face the Kansas City referees. I mean Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game.
See, that's why I like motorsports. None of the referee BS going on. Sure, you got race control, but man, race control,
I'm just playing along with
nothing.
the jokes that's been happening all season with their games on the race.
Well, rightfully so. I mean, you got the ref, believe Steven is his first name, could be wrong there, but when he is the head ref for the Chiefs have never lost this season as he's been reffing.
Interesting.
But again, you don't get that from race control. Love motorsports. Really unbiased. As much as I've seen from NASCAR,
Sean,
maybe a little bit
I'm stepping
Hendrick
in
Love.
right now as a random NASCAR official, and I'm throwing a flag. I want to see one more caution. I want to see all pit stops, and I want to see crazy restarts.
You want to see I want to see a green flag caution, or a green flag run to the pits. I would love to see these drivers try to get their cars woed down. If you have been an avid NASCAR fan, you know NASCAR used to run the All-Star race here, and Adam, I'm not sure if you know this, but they for qualifying for the event, they would have the cars come down pit road at full speed and try and get them slowed down in their box in time. You still have to, tonight you have to get your car slowed down to pit road speed before that cone.
Look at this.
But man,
Look at this.
that's going to determine who comes out in front.
How often do you see 8 cars on a lead lap? To the point when you see a top 10 with racers that are laps down. There were so many cars because of all the cautions tonight. Skog, Reyes, Mayfield, Sams, Johns. all out. A lot of other racers just so many laps down. Rosca's still in the pits taking a repair. There's just so much going on. Litchfield is the last car on the lead lap. And that's it. The Buffalo Bills officially are moving on to the AFC Championship game. Congratulations to the Bills. I said it that whoever won this game, because the Lions lost to the Commanders, whoever won this game is going to win the Super Bowl. It's their Super Bowl to lose.
Speaking of theirs to lose, 4-second gap.
Delgado?
You start conserving fuel, man. Get out of the gas a little earlier. No need for a 4-second gap unless you just know. I mean, to me, in my racer's mind, yes, you have to make one more stop. So maybe just getting the gap as big as it can go. But we've seen from Vegas, man, this can still be anybody's race to win. But Angel, 4-second gap and growing.
I mentioned it when we were picking the racers to, you know, who we think would win the race. I feel like, you know, I didn't want to go with the, you know, to use a DFS term here, I didn't want to go with the chalk of Delgado. He's been the strongest car on the field. You've heard throughout the broadcast how much I've really been a fan of this guy. Delgado, I've been saying it all race, had the fastest car on the field. Delgado has had the fastest speed, raw speed. No surprise here. Sean, he's found that rocket ship that he had much earlier on this race. 4.5-second gap over the
Man, it's continuing to grow too. That's half a second, just about 2 laps. Out of the throttle, the car is able to connect to the bottom of the racetrack, and then on the throttle early, get a great run off the backstretch. Let's see what line he runs here into turn 3 and entering turn 4. That higher exit, but then able to carve the car down mid-entry and off of exit. Man, Angel's car looking just like it's on rails, super glued onto the track. Braxton DeWeese, Ryan Kilbachian. Again, we are expecting at least one pit stop from these drivers unless able to conserve just enough fuel under caution. Angel Delgado not conserving any at the moment. Still now gaining 5. Here he comes now. This is what will determine
here we go.
our race winner.
Ooh!
Ooh! Angel with a huge lockup, entering the pits, hopefully not speeding.
Chapman pitted. And we're here from race control. The pit stops might start. So it's going to be...
Shoot, already
all this
have.
is, they're completely fuel stops.
Okay, so...
Sebastian into the wall. DeWeese to the first. This could be DeWeese's opportunity. DeWeese either has enough fuel or needs to catch a caution, and he'll win his 3rd iRacing Coca-Cola 600.
So there's the
Whatever
difference.
we're calling this race.
He just
What
put
are we
Angel
actually
Delgado.
calling this race?
Man, I called it the Penny Pleasers Cup 300 just because of the Coke
That's what
600.
we're calling it, the Penny Pleasers Cup 300.
But okay,
Is
this is going to
Sebastian-
what's determined. Oh, holy, okay. So Sean's gone around. Braxton DeWeese going to retain the lead during this caution. Everybody going to have to pit. So Angel will cycle back out to this lead lap. He should. But the timing of this caution is crazy.
Good. Do a thing.
Sean Taylor, the timing of your spin, my guy. This could not be more crazy. Coming down the... Ooh, Ryan, you're not clear, man. You went up and Sean was there. That's going to end Ryan's top 3 day.
Unfortunate.
Very much so. Hate to see that for him. So, on timing and scoring right now, Braxton DeWeese, Jackson Brown, Davis Bright, Samuel Litchfield, and Ryan Kilbachian rounding out your top 5. Braxton coming into the pits now, so like I thought, but here comes Angel Delgado, get his timing and scoring back on these guys, so he will be back on the lead lap. That just happened to come out at just one of the most crazy times it could have for this ending of the Charlotte race. How about Ramsey? He's only one lap down. If he didn't get involved in that yellow, he will get the wave around, and Levi Ramsey will be back on our lead lap, should come green with just about 5 laps to go. So that's pretty big. Can gain some more spots there for Levi. There comes Levi now, getting his wave around the pace car. So back onto the lead lap, able to fight for. He's in 10th now, so he'll be able to possibly gain 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, even drive up to 5th, or more than that. Looking at Jackson Brown, look at the tire rubber that is just coated the nose and even the side body panels of his Ford Mustang. Same with Davis Bright right behind him. Man, these cars driven lots of miles tonight, lots of laps. Continuing to log laps as now we are 7 laps to go until the conclusion of this thing. 3 green, white, checkered chances, though, might I add.
We're gonna see what happens. Deweese still in the pits. No, he's not. We gotta clear that out. It's all good. No one is taking tires. No one is doing. Deweese brings us to the green flag. Jackson Brown. I was gonna pick him, but again, wanted to be a little different. Brown has had himself a monster race. He can stay in this top 5. Again, as we bring up the points real quickly, we take a look. Jackson Brown, 5th in points this season. Just take a look. Not 5th in points, my apologies. He was on the cutoff line. He was 12. What a phenomenal race this is going to be for him. And just think of it. He gets a win. 2 race wins for Reyes, 2 for Bryan, 1 for Ashton Pritchard. Just, if he's able to get a win, that would catapult him, Braxton Deweese that is, into that top 12.
It just happens that quickly in this regular season
race
run.
With this league, by the way.
What a run from Deweese.
That is true. Sean, we're going to be 6 laps to go when we get to the checkered flag, the flag. Take us away.
We got Braxton Deweese, Jackson Brown. The field is in Braxton's hands, already going second. Gets up to 3rd gear now. Jackson Brown slots in right behind him in that bottom line. Samuel Litchfield, a little bit of damage to his Ford. Bright green Ford running P3 now side by side between Angel Delgado, Davis Bright for P4. Angel pitting under green.
Brown. Brown's making his move. Battle for first.
Oh, too wide coming out of turn 4. Adam, who's going to get it?
Litchfield's biding his time. Litchfield starts making a move.
Litchfield up to P2. Jackson Brown saying, holy, where did you come from, Sam? As now we see Braxton Deweese.
Deweese, if he can start running away with it and keep that clean air, he's going to be fine. Delgado with his rocket ship just past the 22 of Litchfield. He's now in a battle for second with Jackson Brown. 4 laps to go here in Charlotte for the Penny Pleasers Cup 300.
Angel saying, man, Jackson, move, please. I have to try and chase down Braxton Brown. But now look at Braxton working the draft down the back straightaway. Jackson Brown and Braxton Deweese, I meant to say working that draft. But look at these drivers. Top 8, 9, right under a blanket.
Delgado has his rocket ship back. Right on the 5's tail. Looking to maybe turn him. Hard racing here in Charlotte. Delgado up to the top line. Deweese needs to punch it. Down the back straightaway. It's time for some positions to change. Delgado save.
Hopping on board with Jackson Brown now.
Delgado's gone.
What are we going to see from these
Delgado
drivers?
has the lead.
It's coming to 2 to go. This is when the elbows get thrown out. This is when everything gets thrown out of the window. Angel Delgado, Jackson Brown, Braxton Deweese, Ryan Kilbashian, Samuel Litchfield, and don't forget about Sean Taylor.
This is it. Sean Taylor looking to make a move for 5th. Litchfield just trying to hold him off. Litchfield doesn't have the raw speed. Delgado does. Brown does. Deweese, not so much. He has the speed and the strategy. White flag is out. 1 lap to go here at Charlotte with Delgado, Brown, Deweese, and Kilbashian going to 3rd.
Oh! Huge incident. Ryan not going to get shoved into the wall. He's going to shove whoever back down the track. But, man, Angel Delgado, this is all happening in his back mirror. Angel Delgado going to come towards the checkered flag.
Next flag wins it. Kilbashian doesn't have the
That'll
speed,
do it!
But it's Delgado, Kilbashian, and
That'll do it!
Farmers, Taylor and Bright with Litchfield in 5th, Chapman in 6th, Deweese,
Oh,
7th,
Braxton.
Jackson Brown 8th.
Braxton, another
Closing your
heartbreaker.
lead lap cars. Sean, what a finish.
Man, you gotta feel for Braxton right now. That's 2 weeks in a row.
Boy, 2 weeks in a row. Unfortunate.
So much happened within this white flag lap. Gonna get it all broken down for you here at Stam Studio Network. Hang around just a bit. But, man, Angel Delgado, congratulations to you. Ryan Kilbashian, man, coming away with P2. And then Sean Taylor. I mentioned it on coming to 2 laps to go. Sean Taylor finishes P3.
Again, that team, yet again, Delgado, Kilbashian, the 72, and I'm missing one here, Sean, help me out.
72, and then...
Pienta, 77.
Yep. 77,
Oh,
Jeremy
hello.
Pienta.
Hang on. We're hearing from race control that Kilbashian might get a post-race penalty.
Well, hang on now. Hang on. Before we start assessing any penalties, let's take a look at the replay.
That's coming from race control.
Oh, I know. I know. This is coming to the white flag. Here you got Ryan in that purple machine. Here, and, well, there they go. Take another look at this. Is the white flag that's being displayed now. Here's the 10. Is this intentional, or does the 5 just happen to try and squeeze him? Hang on now. Okay, the 10 did shove it all up in the 5's business. Matter of fact, it looks like... Yep. Okay, well, Daniel, you have full authority. Do we have these guys up in the Discord? Man, Angel Delgado, Ryan Kilbashian?
Not yet.
Not quite just yet. Okay, well, Angel Delgado, congratulations. You are our winner. In Ryan Kilbashian, Sean Taylor, P3. If you could hop up in the booth, we could ask you, what it felt like from your point of view, especially that last restart. We're going to take a look at that last restart now.
Motorsports. An amazing race from the Motorsports. Delgado, Pritchard, Pienta, and Kilbashian.
No.
Well done by them. But again, newcomer Braxton Deweese, 2 races in a row, has asserted himself as one of the best race car drivers in the Penny Pleasers Cup. Sean, what a race.
Man, we saw Angel here get a bit of a run off that restart, but looked all legal. He went to that outside, and then here comes the shenanigans that happened down the backstretch. You see it, the 5 and the 12. Angel Delgado just right place, right time to conquer this Penny Pleasers Cup 300. Very reminiscent of the Coke 600. This has got to mean a lot to Angel. Hopefully we are able to talk to him here in just a few seconds' time. Continuing to look at the white flag lap now. They're coming to, excuse me.
They might be talking about any kind of post-race penalties. We're not sure yet, but what a race all race long. And again, Jackson Brown just running top 5 for a good portion of the day. Finishes in 8th place. Newcomers, that's going to be amazing on the point totals for the newcomers and Taylor and Bright. Litchfield continues to build his point total. Litchfield's going to have to get that car figured out in terms of speed, because Litchfield, throughout these first 10 races, is there on strategy, is there on racing, does not have the speed right now, in my opinion. But as a phenomenal race car driver. And Chapman, we've seen speed come, and it's like he sometimes gets the short run speed, sometimes he has the long runs, and then he just has a ridiculous amount of fall off. Those are two drivers I want to see them work on their certain issues as we head Dakota, Bristol, Darlington, Daytona. We have so many more races to go here before the playoffs. I want to see some adjustments made here from some of these racers. Let's bring them in. No more talking. We need to bring in all of our amazing peoples here. It is Angel Delgado, your winner, who had a rocket ship all day. Mr. Delgado, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Oh my God.
All right, so you can be honest with us. It's just us. No one else is listening. Where was the nitrous button in that car?
Non-existent. You could go through post. you go to post race. There's nothing in there. Oh, it's a hell of a race. Oh my God.
Angel, we saw
what
you
a race.
just 17 points above the playoff cut line, now with a win. What does that mean for you, both, I mean, mentally and going into the rest of the regular season?
That was big. I mean, I needed that. Not for the past few weeks. I've needed that. The point situation hasn't been great. I needed that. I needed that big. I mean, today, just going into today, I was just like, I just need to collect points. Missed out on the pole, but made up for it at the end. So,
For sure. Like I said, you had a rocket ship all day. I noticed it very early. You had the fastest raw speed of any race car. But someone else who had a lot of raw speed, who was second in that I noticed, was who came in second. That's Ryan Kilbashian. Ryan, congratulations on second. That we are hearing from race control, there might be a post-race penalty. But man, how good does it feel to finish second place?
First off, I hope I can keep the second. But man, that was a really fast race. The 10 TL Designs Chevy was really fast tonight. Me and the guys up front, we raced really well together. I hate that for Jackson Brown. The last thing I want to do is wreck someone, especially in that situation. But I did not want that to be the situation. But in the last lap, I wanted to be aggressive. I tried getting underneath the 5. I got the apron and ended up just getting against the 12. But you know what? It's racing. I'm going to be aggressive late in the race to get the best place I can. And we were fast. I did not want to leave today without getting that podium shot. We almost had the win, but that just didn't play in our hands. But I want to thank everyone at Lumen Motorsports, Daniel, and all my teammates. And congratulations to Angel, man. He earned that one.
Yeah, for sure. Jackson Brown, I said it early on, I had a gut feeling this would be his coming out party. And in terms of like racing, we've seen his car up front have issues throughout these first 10 races. And just, I had a gut feeling when we started that there would just be, this would be a race he could win. He had a strong race car all day, so he's got nothing to be ashamed of. Really strong race car, but teammates finishing 1-2, and of course, newcomers, Davis Bright, and I don't want to butcher his name, Sean Taylor. Taylor finishes 3rd and Davis Bright 4th. Boys, congratulations. You both deserve it. You've been racing hard all season. This gets you both more points. And how do you feel now headed in to COTA next week?
Coda next week will be interesting. Road course. I'm not sure how that'll play out. I just know turn one will be scary.
There you go. Ryan, how about you? How you feeling headed into Coda?
Well, I do like road courses. Hoping it'll be in our favor.
There you go. All right, teammates. Sean, final thoughts, final questions for Angel and Ryan.
Man, you kind of took over got the interview, ask all the
Sorry.
questions I want. No worries. You ask all the questions I wanted to ask. Do we have Sean Taylor up here for P3?
We do not.
Oh, okay. I see why you were pushing away from that. Man, congratulations to Angel, Ryan, Sean, and shoot, can't even count out Davis Bright, Samuel Litchfield, rounding out our P4 and P5. But congratulations to every driver that even competed today, and hope to see every single one of you at Coda next Sunday night.
That's right. Hey, Angel.
Yes, sir.
We have a fan in YouTube chat.
Probably my
Your
father.
dad
Because
is a very proud dad.
as soon as I came to do bright out, he called me on the phone. As soon as I came in, he called me like, "You better burn it down."
Yeah, he goes, woohoo, number 90, proud dad.
Yeah.
Nicely done. All right. 4, Angel Delgado, your race winner. Ryan Kilbashian in second. Sean Taylor in third. For Sean up in the booth. For Daniel in race control, I'm WXFan21 saying we will see you at Coda.
Be sure to join in, please. Angel Delgado, Ryan Kilbashian, Sean Taylor, Davis Bright, Samuel Litchfield, Mike Chapman, rounding out your top 6. Adam, it's been a pleasure to have you up in the booth. Unfortunate early cautions for some of these drivers, but Angel, congratulations. Taking what is, I'd call the Daytona 24-hour of this Penny Pleasers Cup. Lots of endurance needed, lots of strategy. Join us next weekend, bringing you Circuit of the Americas live from Austin, Texas. This has been Sean Stam and Adam, WXFan21, up in the booth. Have a great rest of your week. Join us next time.
Latest, peoples.